Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I have just been obviously getting our first wetware with this very efficient recipe, inefficient I should say, because we need to send this through a slicing machine and that weird kind of recipe that we need to do. Also, I didn't look at the tier that needs. LUV, not a problem. So I do need to switch this to slicing mode. Put that in there. There it goes. Oops. Turn that back to cutting. And that back to wire cutter. I do kind of wish you could go the other way, because I have to, if I want to turn the screwdriver, I have to go through all 6 of them. Maybe there is a way to do that. I don't know. But that should be, yeah. So there is the sliced circuit. I need to remove that recipe, actually. And I actually should make... Pretty sure you could make the circuit assemblers for the multi-block to make those. I've just never done it. But the multi-block isn't too expensive now. Alright, so I will do this, and then we do something like this, right? I can't remember if we have these, but... Okay, we do. I know I made a whole bunch. Alright, so there we go. There is the imprint for that. We will put it in the circuit assembly line when we get it, and then I can make this recipe. Yep, not there yet. We can do that one. Alright, so we got that one. I have also been working on some bee stuff. Can't tell, but I am actually sending a Lapatron bee through there. Because I want the Lapatron dust. So, as we know, you usually mix Energium and Lapis to get the Lapatron dust, but you can actually create just direct Lapatron dust from bees. So it kind of skips that. You don't need the Energium, you don't need the redstone, you don't need the ruby or anything like that. You just can get direct Lapatron. So I do have that going. It's not the greatest of ratios, as we can see, but it is not too bad. We'll just have it running, and I could also speed up the thing. I just don't have the fastest... I don't have the best speed module in there, but we probably could at this point. But yeah, so we're just crafting up some Lapatron, and that will just tick up and slowly build up into very large amounts that we are going to need. Also crafted up the explosive bee, because I actually didn't realize this, and this was suggested to me, but you can actually get TNT directly from an explosive bee, and you don't even need to put it in a special biome. You literally just produces ITNT. So we are going to use that before we have to build the next rocket, because I believe we're going to need like 50,000 TNT or something like that for all the heavy-duty plates. So we will do that. But for the meantime, I do want the Lapatron bee just working away. I probably could, like I said, upgrade this acceleration upgrade to the next tier, or craft up the... not world acceleration. I could just craft up like this one if we really wanted to ramp it up, but I just haven't got around to doing that. Maybe I'll do that right now, actually. Although may have a little bit of issues powering it, to be honest, especially if this stuff is running. What I do need is to upgrade this power, and I just haven't got to that yet. So there's so many different little things that we need to get going here. Okay, so I do need to Okay, there is a chicken somewhere. I don't know where it is. I fly around the base. There it is. I fly around the base and I randomly get chicken eggs. But I'll leave them. So yeah, I'm going to craft up the circuit assembler, and then let's get some wetware circuits going for that. And we are back. I've gone ahead and upgraded our main line to the lasers. Just makes it so much easier to get lots of power to far places of the base. And I don't love the cabling the way I kind of had to like go underneath to get it all to connect. I'll probably do something different with that. I'm thinking probably like wireless. Those wireless connectors. I'll just do, I don't know, something. I just wanted to get it connected, and I haven't really put much thought into it. But we got our transformers going. I have upgraded this to UV, so this does output 4 amps of UV. I may even, well, I was thinking about upgrading to 16 amps, but I'm only putting 16 amps into the thing, so I can't really, if I somehow pull out 16 amps of UV, I'm going to mess everything up. So for now, that is just 4 amps. I can always replace that. The only kind of annoying thing is with these transformers, if I turn it off to mess with it, obviously it breaks all the stuff running that's like farther down the line. So all this stuff is probably turned off. Obviously the single blocks are fine, but I'm sure a lot of this has gotten turned off because it didn't have any power. And then you get that weird error, which you need to replace the cover with. So it is a little bit annoying upgrading the power, but I mean, that's pretty typical when you are messing with the power. Machines turn off, and I just got to go around everything and see what... I mean, this actually looks like it... Oh, there we go. That one was turned off. It was probably running when I broke stuff. I didn't go around and turn everything off, so there's probably chemical stuff that's broken, and I did turn this one off because I know this was like this is basically the bottleneck for the whole thing. So I think most of this stuff is actually, yeah, most of this stuff is okay. You'd see like the X if it wasn't. Yep, alright, so this one cut off. I don't know why it gives that error. Or like that shutdown, whatever in chat. It like won't turn back on unless you replace it. I'm not sure. It does that with the safe mode. I'm not sure what is causing that, to be honest. Right. I can tell this one's probably off, yeah. So I probably lost a few things, but anyway, that seems to have fixed most of that. The one downfall with using multi-blocks instead of single blocks. Alright, so over here, as we know, I set up the crystal, then the crystal assembly computer, and then the mainframes. I don't have a thing there. But what I'm thinking is I'm actually going to replace the other crystal stuff. So now that we're going to be getting wetware, we will be using the LUV wetware instead of the crystal processor, because they're the same tier, and this one is now only the one recipe, as opposed to this one you have to do the crystal processors and then you do these. So it's always more, I think it's always more efficient to do the highest tier stuff as you can. And then the ZPM will be, you know, that. So I need to figure out how to do this. The kind of issue, and we had it kind of happen over here, as we can kind of see, we have LUV power, but this is actually running on ZPM. I transformed up. It's because the mainframe actually requires the higher tier up. So like this one, the Wetware assembly, those all require ZPM. And then you have the wet, so it's kind of like, you kind of need the mainframes like in the front of, just the way I've set up the base. So the power comes in and you kind of need the mainframes right up front. Just because it makes it easier if you're transforming down. Which, this needs to be replaced. I do need to kind of sort this out, actually. And also the annoying bit with messing with this stuff, if I need to craft up another hatch, if I've broken down all this cabling and I need more circuits, it's a real pain. So I gotta kind of plan ahead how to do this. And plus, you're like, okay, so why not just move the crystal processor? One, you have to redo you have to set it again, which would mean I have to do another imprint, which I really don't feel like doing with stuff I've already done. Because pretty sure if you break this, it erases that. I do want to overclock this. So right now it is running on LUV. Well, I do want to upgrade it to ZPM. So it's not like I want to push all this stuff down. I may do... Let me look at... I think BioWare is the next here, right? I think. That's... Yeah. I think it's that, and that. And then the mainframe. Fortunately, sometimes it's a bit annoying trying to... There it is. Alright. So if we replace the next part... Yeah, see, that is UV. And then this is probably UHV. Yeah. Oh, that is actually... Alright. That's an assembly line. Is this an assembly? Oh. Alright. Little bit different. Okay, so this crystal processor mainframe is actually made in the crystal assembly line. I just realized that the Wetware mainframes are actually... Alright, so that makes things a little bit easier. Yeah. And that's actually made in the assembly line. Whereas this one is made in... Alright. Let me do a little more figuring out how I want to... I'm just trying to plan ahead so I don't have to keep breaking down and transformers and all that stuff. Okay, I have been doing a little bit of contemplating, and I think what I'm actually going to do is, since we're not going to be doing the... Oh, that's quantum processor. Wherever the thing is. I can't remember. This one. Wait, I'm getting myself confused here. This is... thinking that was the mainframe, but that's actually quantum processor. Oh, I think I know. I know what I did. The quantum processor, we upgraded the recipe, didn't we? I think that's what we did. Yeah, we use the SOCs. Alright, I was confusing the thing. Alright, so basically, we're replacing these three with Wetware. I think I'm just going to do upgrade directly to UV energy hatches, I think. Because I do want to upgrade this. So we're doing, I think we're doing like this recipe, but I want to upgrade it to the SOC recipe. Because it's cheaper, less materials, but that does require UV. So I'm like, why don't we just, instead of doing the ZPM for all these, we'll just go immediately to the UV. And then if we end up upgrading this stuff, we can, you know, it'll all be ready for this. Now there is a top tier for this one, but we're not quite there yet, I don't think. But... we're kind of setting ourselves up to easily upgrade those. That's what I'm trying to do. I may, if we upgrade all these to UV... I mean, the chances that, like, all of them would turn on at the same time are so slim, but I may actually just throw a few battery buffers just in case, because, you know, not even like the fancy batteries, we'll just use the Quadria batteries. They do require Quadria, but that's not a problem. But I'm just thinking that will just be a little bit of a buffer for that. All right, let me get this stuff crafted up and we'll be back. So I've done a little bit of kind of figuring out what I want to do, and I decided I didn't really like how I had them spaced 3 apart and then 2 apart. So I'm like, I want to get these all like the same, and we'll just, I like them all looking symmetrical. So I moved the circuit assembly line, but I thought it was actually going to erase what it was imprinted with. I could have sworn that was a thing originally. I could be misremembering, but I seem to remember like when you broke it, it erased it, but I could be completely wrong. So don't quote me there. But it does seem like it actually kept it when I moved it. So what I'm actually thinking, I'm just going to get this up and running while I'm talking here. I have gone ahead and made these battery buffers. These recipes take such a long time, and they are quite expensive. I went down too far. So I do actually like having just a kind of fail-safe with the buffer. All right, there we go. So the battery buffer, and I forgot I need to craft up the batteries for that. There. I think we'll need like, I don't know, let's do 4. Just get that going. And I think what I'm actually going to do, once I get this set up, I may actually move them. I would like to get this so it's easier to upgrade. Like we said, like, because eventually I'm going to want to upgrade this to UHV. So I kind of want to like have it in a good place that we can do it. But now that we might be able to move it, although I haven't tested this yet, to be honest, so I don't know if if I turn it on, is it actually still going to be like imprinted? Alright, it still does say crystal processor assembly. So it does seem like it actually saves it. But what I'm thinking is we'll maybe move the crystal line, because I'm going to change this recipe as well. So we're going to upgrade that to that one. Pretty sure we're not doing that. Yeah, we're not doing the SOCs. So I'll move that. So I'm thinking like we'll have like that over here maybe? I don't know. Let's get this up and running first. I got that. We got... Oh, not in there. I ran out of room in my inventory. So, Wetware. Should probably rename this. It always feels like really good when you upgrade your circuit line. I totally didn't spell it. Processor. Because these, you know, because you need so many of the previous tier to get these, it's a bit annoying. Okay, so I think we're good there. And then I hope this is gonna work. I guess we could... does that not work? That feels a bit funny that we wouldn't be able to switch that, to be honest. Maybe if I... See, I don't know. I haven't done it with the... I mean, this just turns it on and off. Which is what this button does. The button does what the soft melt does. Alright, so maybe I need to put the stuff in there first? No, because now I'm thinking about it. Like, usually you just hit it with the mallet and then it imprints. Man, is there really no way to... What happens if I... All right, hold on. Let's do this. Wetware. Let's get the stuff in there, at least. Oh, I don't have the wrap for that. I don't have the wrap. Okay, let me craft up the wraps. We're gonna need to craft up more of those because we made the 6 for the. We made the 6 for the. Actually, we can just do it right here. The wetware, the first wetware processor, but I didn't make up any more. So we are crafting up the. Whoops. The. Oh, it actually finished. I didn't realize it went that quick. The Neuro boards. Definitely a bit of a issue with... I just don't keep enough of these in stock. As we know, we only keep the 64 or whatever in stock, so I'm going to have to deal with that. And the growth. I basically just took the... I took like 8 buckets out and threw it in the A system, and then I let it craft up more. So that's how I got around that. But we're going to have to figure out how to do that. I'm going to obviously put it in a tank. I didn't feel like messing with my automation here, which, by the way, worked perfectly. It dropped down, it needed it. The fuels went in there, absolutely perfect, and it filled them back up. So it actually worked perfect. That's why I didn't want to mess with it. But we are definitely going to need to store more of the growth catalyst, obviously. And the other thing is, I'm not entirely sure what happened. I don't know what everything was running. But the stem cell recipe failed. I'm assuming it didn't get enough power, but I'm not entirely sure, like, if I think it might have been when the PCB turned on and then both of these were running, I think, is what happened. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't looking, so I'm probably going to have to upgrade this to a higher hatch if we need to do that again. But, yeah, so just a couple little upgrades. Stuff that I know I needed to get done anyway. I knew I need to deal with the silicon ingots and stuff. So, all right. I think that is that. Did forget to do that recipe. We do that really quick. And I love having these ingot direct do multiple wire recipes. It just makes this stuff so much easier to automate. Okay, so there we go. That is that. We just need to craft up. Actually, not even that much, just some of the wraps and stuff. And then it should put the items in there, and then we'll see. I'm like really kind of... I feel like there's got to be a way to reset that, right? It's not like, because if we're never crafting up crystal processor assemblies ever again, do I just have to throw this in the garbage? Like, is it useless now? That seems a bit funny. Yeah, maybe we just need the recipe in there and then it'll sort itself out. I don't know, though. Oh, there it goes. All right. So all the items should be in there. Yeah, this is looking like it may be a bit of an issue, to be honest. Which is going to make me, like, really sad. Maybe I can... Yeah, that doesn't look like that's going to work, because... Yeah, it's set to... It's set to the crystal processor. Is there a... Alright, well, let me see if we can maybe... Like, would this do it? Oh, Print this machine by putting it in the thing. Yeah. What happens if we, like, break it with, like, shift? I really thought there was a way to change these. I mean, I could be wrong, but I am noticing that even though we're breaking the controller, it is not saying it needs maintenance, which that is a bit funny. Usually when you break the controller, it messes with the maintenance. Yeah, it is still. You know what? Let me look on Discord, see if we can change the recipe on those. Well, it appears that there is no way to replace the circuit assembly line with the new imprint, so I had to kind of just throw down a connect the quantum thing. I don't think I'm gonna keep it there, but I just kind of had to connect it so we could craft up the next circuit assembly line. I did also have to put this recipe back, but I think we are good now. Are we done? Everything working? No, because I was messing with the power. This thing is probably off. Well, maybe not. Oh, I don't remember it being 150 seconds. Was that really that long? I really don't remember that. I haven't crafted them up in a while. Oh yeah, it is really that. I don't remember it being that long. Probably because I started doing it ZPM. And now we are at UHV. But alright, let me craft that up and then we'll be back. Look at that. I have it all like automated, I don't even know. And there we go. There is the circuit assembly line, so we'll just, I guess, break this one. And I don't know what to do with that now. Feels bad. I wonder if I can disassemble it. Maybe we can do that. Yeah, because see, you get the incomplete structure with the, where they have problems. It doesn't seem to happen with the other one. Alright, and is that... Oh, I need to put the imprint in there. No! How did that... How did that not get enough power? Oh, I never put a battery in. No! No, I totally forgot to put the battery in. Son of a... Here I am like, I love batteries. Now I'm like, screw batteries. They're terrible. Oh, I totally forgot to put a battery in. Alright, well, we did imprint it. Oh, man, I just wasted all that. Those 16 Euro boards. No! Alright, well, it is imprinted with Wetware processors. We will get those up. And yeah, I'll see if I can actually see if we can disassemble it. I don't know if that's actually going to work because, one, I don't even know if you can disassemble this stuff. I don't think I've ever tried. I've only tried to do single block. Yeah. Two, I don't know if this is like not enough high enough tier. I really don't know actually. I would love to be able to get that stuff back, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to work because this, well, technically this isn't 9. This isn't 9 items or anything like that. So we could get enough back. I don't know if that's... I really don't think that's going to work, because usually this is a crafting table recipe. Yeah, I wonder if there's anything to do with those. Alright, well, anyway. I will continue to work on that. We will get our Wetware circuits, then I will craft up the Wetware processor assembly. And I'm also going to sort out how I want to do this. I want to make it so it's easy to expand. The problem is the... Like, if I don't want to start with the cheapest ones, which I haven't even ever crafted those up for the microprocessors. I think there is a microprocessor recipe. Yeah, there is like a... I've just never done it. But these require like so little power, they really should be at the end. It's just kind of like... I would need to... Well, I guess it doesn't matter that much. If you can just move the thing. All right, I'm overthinking it. Anyway, we'll get that set up, and we will get our Wetware processors for next episode. Anyway, that's it for today, so thanks for watching, and have a good one.